Hello, this is Teddy Bikes Cape, and I thought I would do a video today on riding in cold weather. I'm not talking about frigid weather, just on cool days. You know, I live in southern New England. We don't get super harsh winters, at least for very long. And so I thought I would just let you know how I approach winter here. You know, again, we don't get the fiercest of winters, and if you come from a place like that and cycle, then this video is probably not for you. So I'm out today. It's in the low 40s, and there's a north wind, so it feels pretty chilly. And so I guess the first topic really is clothes, because it's your barrier against the winter. Clothes can be a very expensive acquisition to get the right clothes, and so we always wonder, it's like, you know, do I really need to buy all this gear and kit to ride in the winter? And if you really have aspirations for like going really fast and things like that in the winter, then yeah, you probably do. But if you just want to get out and enjoy the outside, you know, you're getting cloistered up in the house in the heat, you just want to get out, I don't think you really need that many specialized clothes. Most of what I wear is clothes that I would wear on a hike. I don't wear cotton. I generally don't wear wool, mostly because good wool is pretty expensive. So I wear mostly synthetics. And so I guess I could describe what I've got on. I've got on the top, I've got a medium weight synthetic top from REI, and an old Patagonia Cinchilla. I have no idea if they even make it anymore. Kind of a heavier weight. And then on top of that, I've got my just a little wind stop that also is good for letting people see me. On the bottom, again on REI brand stuff, I've got some lightweight hiking tights, and then some REI kind of lightweight hiking pants. None of it's really terribly expensive, and it's very durable. It will last. You know, look through your closet and see what you already have. If it gets really cold, you know, I have a windstop Patagonia jacket that I wear, and that's for whenever it's really cool out. For shoes, I just got some kind of heavyweight socks and a pair of hiking shoes, kind of medium weight. I've tried some different, like, cycling specific flat soled shoes, like 510s. They're just not very comfortable for me, so it's like regular old hiking shoes work for me pretty well. I wear some kind of cap underneath my helmet. Really something that you really want, something that's going to cover your ears, so maybe a little bit on the large side. If you have a cap that's kind of always fighting to keep it over your ears, you're probably not going to be an ideal candidate. And I've got some Pro Izumi gloves, but I think you can just use work gloves. I think I've heard people advocate using just regular leather, work gloves. Again, I don't think it has to be special. again, you're not trying to set records. You're basically just trying to keep yourself warm and go out and do your adventure, get your blood flowing, and get your gremlins out. I don't think, I guess my reinforcement is you don't have to break the bank to buy a special outfit to go cycling. So the next topic is weather. You can see I've chosen a sunny day, maybe not the warmest day of the week, but I usually will choose sun over clouds, even if it's going to be cooler. And it almost always is cooler on sunny days in the winter. I can kind of deal with a little bit of wind, simply because when you're cycling, you're going to be generating wind anyway. And a lot of the sunny days around here end up being pretty breezy. Wind out of the north. It's really, really, really windy. Probably avoid those. But so my strategy is keep an eye on the weather and try to arrange my schedule around those times that the weather is pretty nice. And around here lately, the windows are starting to get shorter and shorter. Sometimes it's just like a 3-hour window where conditions are nice. Of course, if your schedule is not flexible, it's going to be really tough. I feel like I'm very fortunate for having the ability to choose when I go out to ride. And since I am fortunate, I try to take advantage. So I'm down here at the end of Crocker Neck, the very end, before it turns into a private drive here. I guess the next thing that kind of touches, an important thread is level of effort. You really want to avoid overheating yourself. You might ride hard and then take breaks, and I encourage taking breaks, but if you take too long a break in this kind of weather, you get cold pretty quick. So I think it's better just to go a little slower than you normally go. The interesting thing about cycling is that because of wind resistance, going a little bit slower, you consume a lot less energy. You can go further. So you might think that going out for a short ride, you want to just go out and blaze. And I guess if you wear less clothes, then that's kind of what you have to do. But my strategy is to dress for the conditions, like I was going out for a hike, and then dial back the power a little bit. So the next topic is, what type of ride should you do? Well, it's windy or particularly cold, then it might make sense to go on like more of a mountain bike ride in the woods, and where you're going to be going slower. Going slower, you're gonna have less wind, on your body. You're gonna feel a little bit warmer. Day like today, it's kind of sunny. Well, it's kind of hard to choose a route that's real sunny. Certainly staying on like pavement, you're more likely to get exposure to the sun. Sun is definitely something I find in short supply this time of year, so anytime I can get out to the sun, that's going to be me. So you know, maybe a ride in the sunnier areas might be the ticket for that particular day. So as far as like what to bring on a ride, you know, you see me on my rides, I've always got at least a small bag, and usually a little small, you know, everything bag here, because I think it's you know, I don't mind the extra, you know, carrying the extra weight, and it's always good to have plenty of tools with you and all that. But you know, as far as like other things to bring, you obviously want to be ready for any place you go, either having an ability to have some pick you up if you you know, have a mechanical failure, if you don't have adequate tools, or at least have enough tools available so that you can fix flats and things like that. But as far as like anything special, if it's really cold out and I want to be out for a little bit longer, I bring a hot coffee, or you know, any kind of hot drink, hot tea or whatever. It's kind of a nice thing to stop and consume. I won't be consuming on the bike, but I'll stop and enjoy it, because you're going to probably be consuming more calories than you do on a typical ride. You know, bring a snack or two to keep the energy flowing. It's actually a pretty nice day today. One thing that you'll notice here is that there really is almost no wind, because the wind's coming out of the north, and there's kind of a hill between the north and here, so I can hear the wind blowing through the trees in the distance. But it's really nice here, so if you want to choose a place to have your snack, you know, choosing a place out in the sun. This is a little shady here, but maybe out in the sun, maybe down low in the, you know, where you can get away from the wind, you know, where it's pleasant. That's a good strategy. Yeah, now here's an ideal spot. Wow, the tide is really out today. I rarely see it out this low. Yeah, so today is the first day of December here on Cape Cod, and I'm at the Crocker Neck preserve area, and just a really nice day. It's kind of in the low 40s, abundant sunshine. Of course, the sun's pretty low in the sky, but it still has a little bit of power to it. Very fortunate to be having a nice day like this. And despite it being a little on the cool side, because I've dressed properly, you know, I feel pretty comfortable. So just going down, just so you can see what I've got on for clothing. So one of the neat things about riding in the wintertime around here without the leaves is you can see a lot more into the woods, see things that you just don't see very well in the summertime. Like I can see over into the marsh, looking over to my right here. Summertime, it's kind of like a green tunnel. Woo! Those of you that have seen some of my videos probably recognize some of this terrain. This is kind of my regular ride, one I don't really think about too much. I just go out and you know, I know where I'm going. Don't think about it too much. just go out and get outside. I think it's good to have a variety of different rides and places you go, but not every ride has to be an adventure. Trying to find your route, make decisions on where you're going to go. I make decisions on this ride, but they're kind of within the framework of like a bunch of rides I've done already. I'm not looking at my phone and figuring out the route. I'm just cruising around on my ride, doing my thing. This is one of my favorite places to come ride to, destination wise, and I come to it a lot, and it never grows old. I just really like these trees. Kind of has this very Shangri-La feel to it. And most of the time there's nobody down here, so I guess this is like my Shangri-La. You know, I have never seen that bar out like that. Boy, these tides are low. Amazing. Wow. The tide is so far out. That's amazing. This is a big tide here for us. Wow. Yeah, I love riding in these trees with the sun coming in at an angle like this. It's really neat. I'm really glad I got out today. Again, one of those days where you're thinking, well, maybe I should get this chore done, that chore done. But I could go out and I can do that whenever it's dark. I want to go out and get a bike ride in. So I'm back on the road home. I'm guessing this is going to be about a 12-13 mile ride by the time we're done with it. And I kind of feel like I paced myself pretty well. The sun is starting to drop in the sky. I'm pretty sure the temperature's probably now in the upper 30s. Comes down pretty quick on a clear sky like this. Starting to feel a little colder, but still overall feel pretty strong. Really gauge the effort pretty well.